It's the more insidious, secret partisan behavior of very liberal-dominated newsrooms working at the supposedly impartial.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a law.
Sunny Hostin has done it again, grabbing headlines with her bold opinions and personal controversies. This time, it's a storm of chaos that has everyone talking. It all started with Donald Trump's interview with Fox News anchor Bret Baier. The conversation was already making waves, but one particular moment sent shockwaves through both the political and entertainment worlds. When Trump casually stated that he doesn't see his vice president, Senator J.D. Vance, as his successor or the obvious choice for the 2028 presidential race, it was like dropping a political bomb. The fallout? Well, leave it to the ladies of The View to dive right into the fire.
Something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third.
On the February 11th episode of the show, the panel dissected Trump's eyebrow-raising remarks with their usual fiery takes. Sarah Haynes was the first to weigh in, offering a somewhat analytical perspective. She theorized that Trump's comment stemmed from his deep-rooted love for competition. According to Haynes, he operates with a free market mindset. Let the best man win. She compared it to when he backed J.D. Vance in Ohio, pointing out that while Trump values loyalty, he also enjoys making people fight for his approval. He's not simply handing over the crown. A diplomatic take, no doubt. But the discussion was far from over. Enter Sunny Hostin, known for her no-holds-barred approach to political commentary. She took the conversation to a whole new level, throwing out a theory that left both the audience and her co-hosts stunned. I think he's doing something a little more diabolical, if I'm being honest, she began, her tone dripping with seriousness. She then referenced a little-known proposal by Representative Andy Ogles to amend the 22nd Amendment, which limits presidential terms. With dramatic flair, Sunny suggested that Trump might be eyeing a path to securing a third term. He doesn't want to name a successor because, in his mind, he is his own successor, she declared. He's probably thinking, why name someone else when I could just stick around? The idea was so over the top that it sent shockwaves through the studio, prompting an audible gasp from co-host Joy Behar, who immediately reacted.
If she were a liberal, self-made millionaire migrant model who speaks 5 languages, she'd have her name on a federal building right now. No.
Sunny wasn't finished yet. She went on to highlight the immense challenges of amending the Constitution, pointing out that it would require approval from 2/3 of Congress and 34 states. However, she ominously suggested that Trump might find alternative ways to bypass the system. He could just try to stay in office, she added, her voice laced with mock dread. And just like that, the narrative of Trump as a scheming mastermind, plotting to defy democratic norms, took flight, fueled by Sunny's dramatic delivery.
Insurance companies, from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers, he was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services.
But not everyone on the panel saw things through such a dark lens. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump insider, offered her own interpretation. She explained that Trump's response wasn't surprising to her for 2 key reasons. First, Trump thrives on loyalty. He surrounds himself with people who will go to great lengths to win his approval. Second, the moment he names a successor, he risks being seen as a lame duck, which is simply not his style. Alyssa also speculated that Trump might be keeping his options open for his children to continue the family legacy. This suggestion was met with an exaggerated groan from Joy Behar, who quipped that she hoped it wouldn't be the kids. The conversation quickly turned into a mix of eye rolls and laughter, but Alyssa wasn't done yet. She delivered one final point that briefly silenced the room. The truth is, Trump is a singular force. No one else in the Republican Party, heck, in American politics, has his level of influence. J.D. Vance or anyone else might follow in his footsteps, but none of them will ever be Trump. That's why he won't name a successor. He doesn't want to admit he's replaceable. A sobering thought, to say the least. And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't get any thicker, the conversation took a personal turn for Sunny Hostin. While she was busy speculating about Trump's future, her own family was facing a very real and very public scandal. Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, had found himself at the center of a massive insurance fraud lawsuit that was making National headlines. The accusations? Fraudulent billing practices and alleged kickbacks tied to surgeries performed through his New York-based orthopedic practice.
To the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
The lawsuit, filed by American Transit Insurance Company, alleges that Sunny Hostin was part of a larger scheme involving more than 180 defendants. According to the claims, he performed unnecessary surgeries on patients, particularly rideshare drivers for companies like Uber and Lyft, then billed the insurance company for exorbitant amounts. The real shocker? The company is demanding a staggering $450 million in damages.
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
The timing couldn't be worse for Sunny Hostin. Often one of the loudest voices in calling out ethical missteps, she now finds herself in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. According to insiders, the scandal has become a major issue behind the scenes at ABC News, with some questioning how she can continue commenting on legal and political ethics without addressing her husband's situation. But Sunny isn't backing down. Outside the studio, she issued a fiery statement in defense of her husband, accusing American Transit Insurance Company of orchestrating a disgusting media smear campaign against her family. This is a desperate attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to avoid paying for necessary medical procedures, she declared, adding that the company was using her celebrity status to manipulate public perception. She even hinted at a possible countersuit, demanding that American Transit issue a public apology and compensate her family for the emotional distress caused by the allegations.
Emanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin's legal team is pushing back aggressively. His attorney, Mark Gagas, has dismissed the lawsuit as meritless, accusing American Transit of unfairly targeting doctors to avoid their financial obligations. This is a blanket, scattershot lawsuit designed to intimidate healthcare providers, Gagas stated. Dr. Hostin did nothing wrong, and we intend to prove that in court. In true Hostin fashion, Sunny hasn't shied away from addressing the controversy on other platforms. She described the lawsuit as an attack on hardworking doctors and criticized the healthcare system for making it increasingly difficult for physicians to receive fair compensation. My husband operates on people who are in pain, whether they have insurance or not, she asserted. And now he's being penalized for doing the right thing. It's outrageous. The legal battle is far from over, and it's clear that Sunny isn't backing down. However, the scandal has undoubtedly cast a shadow over her role on The View, where she has built a reputation as a moral authority. Can she maintain that image while her family is caught in such a high-profile controversy? Only time will tell. But just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more chaotic for Sunny Hostin, another legal storm is brewing, this time involving none other than Democratic Senator John Fetterman. Yes, you heard that right. The Pennsylvania senator, known for his outspoken nature and willingness to challenge big players, has reportedly decided to take legal action against Sunny and The View's producers. And this isn't just another routine courtroom battle. This lawsuit has the potential to reshape conversations around media accountability and test the limits of public commentary.
Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that.
The drama doesn't stop there. Now, rumors are swirling that Melania Trump might also be preparing for legal action against Sunny Hostin. Yes, you read that right. The former First Lady, who has largely stayed out of the public eye since leaving. The White House is reportedly furious over comments made by Sunny during a recent episode of The View. Sunny didn't hold back, claiming that Melania despises her husband and is actively working to sabotage his political ambitions. She doesn't want to be First Lady again, Sunny declared, throwing in digs about Melania's infamous redesign of the White House Rose Garden and her apparent lack of enthusiasm for holiday traditions. Who hates Christmas? Sunny quipped, drawing laughter from the audience but also raising eyebrows among Melania's allies. If the rumors are true and Melania moves forward with legal action, it would mark a rare and dramatic intervention from the former First Lady. Unlike Donald Trump, who thrives on public battles, Melania has mostly stayed away from direct confrontations. But if she sees this as an attack on her character, she might be ready to break that silence. Between lawsuits from Senator Fetterman and potential legal threats from Melania Trump, Sunny Hostin could be facing a legal minefield that threatens her credibility, her career, and even The View itself. One thing's for sure, this is far from over.
Illusion of saying that he has kindness in his heart. He's so mean.
Joy, she called him positive.
He's the meanest president we've ever had. And I was around when Nixon was here.
If Melania Trump decides to take legal action, it wouldn't be her first time going after media figures for defamation. She previously sued a British tabloid for publishing false claims about her and walked away with a substantial settlement. So if history is any indication, she's not afraid to take the fight to court. Insiders say she's consulting legal experts to explore her options, and while she hasn't publicly addressed Sunny's remarks, the fact that she's even considering legal action suggests she's taking this very seriously. If Melania moves forward, this could become a high-profile battle, adding yet another layer to the growing storm surrounding The View. With lawsuits and controversies piling up, it's clear that Sunny Hostin and the show's producers are in for a rough ride. The question now is, how will they respond?
Was true.
He is mean.
What show to him?
He's mean to the Haitians. He's mean to women. He's mean to immigrants.
Everybody.
He's mean to everybody.
He's not mean to Melania.
Absolutely. If Melania Trump were to take legal action, it would be a media frenzy unlike anything we've seen in a while. A lawsuit of this magnitude wouldn't just put The View under a microscope. It would force networks to reevaluate the limits of political commentary and personal speculation. Sunny, who's built her career on legal expertise and hard-hitting opinions, could find herself on the other side of the debate, defending her own words in a court of law. And let's not forget the sheer spectacle of it all. A legal showdown between Melania and Sunny would be primetime drama, drawing intense public interest. It could even set a precedent for how celebrities and political figures handle media scrutiny moving forward. Would it end in a courtroom battle or a private settlement? Would The View double down on its fiery discussions or take a more cautious approach? One thing's for sure. If this goes forward, it's going to be must-watch television.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on...
Whoopi Goldberg, never one to hold back, fired back at Levitt's statement with her signature blend of sarcasm and blunt critique. She questioned what no wokeness even meant, pointing out that the term has been weaponized in political discourse. Are we just saying we're against awareness now? Whoopi quipped, drawing laughter from the audience. Sunny Hostin, on the other hand, took a more pointed approach. She argued that the rejection of wokeness was nothing more than an excuse to roll back progress on social justice issues. Wokeness is just a boogeyman term now, she said, visibly frustrated. If standing up for equal rights and calling out injustice is a problem, then we have much bigger issues than a press briefing. The segment quickly turned into a heated exchange, with some panelists suggesting that the administration's stance was a calculated political move to appeal to its base. Others, however, argued that Levitt's statement was simply an attempt to keep government policies focused on economic and national security issues rather than culture wars. The debate over wokeness is nothing new for The View, but this particular discussion seemed to strike a nerve. And with Trump gearing up for another potential election showdown, it's clear that culture wars like these will remain front and center in the media discourse.
Without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table.
Absolutely. Sunny Hostin has mastered the art of staying in the headlines, whether by engaging in fiery debates, defending her personal life, or calling out political figures. Love her or hate her, she knows how to keep The View relevant in an ever-changing media landscape. But the backlash she's facing now, whether from conservative critics, political figures like John Fetterman, or even potential legal threats from Melania Trump, raises an interesting question. Is all publicity really good publicity? While controversy can fuel ratings and online discussions, at what point does it start to damage credibility? Sunny has built her brand on being a strong legal mind and a voice for justice, but as more legal battles swirl around her, whether involving her husband, her statements on air, or potential defamation claims, her position as a moral authority is coming under scrutiny. One thing's for sure, as long as cultural and political debates rage on, Sunny Hostin will likely remain right in the thick of it. Whether that ultimately strengthens or weakens her legacy remains to be seen.
And Caroline Leavitt isn't just making headlines, she's also rewriting history. At 27, the New Hampshire native has become the youngest White House press secretary ever.
Evolving saga. Whether Sunny is facing rightful criticism or simply being targeted because of her outspoken nature, one thing is certain: this controversy isn't dying down anytime soon. What do you think? Is this a case of media accountability, or is Sunny being unfairly singled out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama.